stake, $11,000 and 500 ranking points are up for grabs. It's Agata and Barbara of Brazil and Bansley and Pavan of Canada appearing in their first ever FIVB final. In a world event, Agata and Barbara got the upper hand over Brazilian pairing Maria Clara and Carol, who of course then pulled out of the bronze medal match in the semi-final earlier on, winning 21-12, 21-15. 18 degrees. The weather is getting a little bit better here. It was very, very cool this morning. Pavan and Bansley also won by exactly the same scoreline. 12-21, 15-21. There's confirmation of how they got here. Duda and Elise were Bansley and Pavan's semi-finals opponents. Both semi-finals went to 35 minutes, both 21-12, 21-15. Exactly the same. They were funny old affairs, those games. They weren't the most enthralling matches ever because they were so one-sided. We hope that we will have a far more interesting final, and no doubt we will. There are the Brazilian pairing. Agata on the left, Barbara on the right. Both of them looking just to play their own game, they said earlier in the final. They didn't care whether it was a Brazilian pairing or a Canadian pairing they came up against. Of course, the winning pair win 50 more ranking points and $3,000 more. Canadian beach volleyball is really coming to the fore. It is absolutely unbelievable, their run of form this year. There's your first referee from Turkey, Yasemin Altina. She will be up on the platform and down on the sand. Jan Moruna of the Czech Republic will be making sure proceedings pass off without any errors or mishaps. The crowd, well, I think they can get a bit more excited. I'm sure they will as the game goes on. The Canadians will be in red. The number 1 is Sarah Pavan. Number 2, Heather Bansley. The Brazilians in the green. Agata's had a change of sunglasses since this morning. She's gone with the white option over the luminous yellow. Referees just being introduced to the crowd here at the Prague Open 2015. The Brazilians have been here in force. They want to see a gold medal around those two girls' necks. The number 1 coming out onto court. She's played for many years now on tour, Agata. This pairing are currently ranked 27th on the World Tour this year with 350 tour points. That will go up, no doubt, from today. It's guaranteed. They've won $4,500 so far. Barbara, well, she won the bronze with Lily in 2013. World Championships at Stare Jablonki, Missouri in Poland. They've played together since 2012, these two, although they did have 2013 off and away from each other. Sarah Pavan is the number 1 for Canada. She's a former indoor player for the Canadian national team, missed out on qualification for the Athens 2004 Olympic Games. Eventually switched to beach. A brilliant, brilliant blocker at 6'5", and much shorter in stature is Heather Bansley, 5'7". Could this Canadian pair be the second gold medalist in 3 open events for 2015 in the FIVB World Beach Volleyball Tour? Jamie Broder and Christina Valias won gold in Fuzhou. It was an unexpected gold. And can these Canadians snatch a second gold in 3? It would be absolutely unbelievable if they could. The statistic against them is that Canadian women had only won semi-final appearance between all of them in 256 previous events in the FIVB World Tour, let alone any medals. In 2004, Guylang Dumont and Annie Martin, as we get underway, came 4th in Stavanger in July 2004. Well, this year, it's all been about the Canadians. They won bronze as the Brazilians get their first point. Broda and Valias won bronze in Lucerne, won gold in Fuzhou, and now they're guaranteed at least a silver here next to the Vltava River in the stunning capital of the Czech Republic, Prague. The first 2 points go away from the Canadians, though. Quite unbelievable that the two semi-finals went to exactly the same time, exactly the same points scored. Agata, steely glare as the serve comes from Barbara. Bansley makes up in aggression and athleticism what she lacks in height. We see it there. She'll get back up and spike, hitting the net. This is a good rally. Bansley with the opportunity to finish. Oh, Pavan at the net, couldn't make the block, and it gave the point easily in the end to the Brazilian pairing. Agata just with the dink over the top of the net, and Bansley couldn't quite get there on the second time of asking. There you go. 3-0. The Brazilians in the green. Make that 4. Bansley with the error. And this is an explosive start in this fast, exciting, explosive sport, beach volleyball. Of course, we had a walkover, sadly, in the bronze medal match with the Brazilian pairing of Maria Clara and Carol. Injury, abdominal injury to Maria Clara, and it meant that they decided to not risk further damage, especially with a Grand Slam coming up in Moscow this week. Bansley and Pavan are on the score sheet. It's 4-1. And it was Pavan with the Bansley with the score, the spike. Pavan dig, and Bansley spiked. Pavan waits at the net. It comes off the net from Bansley's serve. Pavan's there, and that's what she's done so well since the halfway through their quarter-final with the Finnish pairing. She started off blocking fairly mediocrely against Lahti and Leitonen yesterday afternoon in the late evening sunshine. And as the weather warms up here, Sarah Pavan also warming in to this one, but then Heather Bansley serves into the net. The change of court comes, and the Brazilian pairing have a 3-point lead. Just looking at where the teams rank as far as money is concerned so far. Valias and Broda, the top of the table, coming into this event on $17,000, followed by Borja and Buta of Germany, and in third, Labauer and Suda, who got knocked out yesterday afternoon in the quarterfinals. The Brazilians, though, are on fire here, and they're up to 6 points to 2 now. Bansley and Pavan were at 6s and 7s. Agata and then Barbara. Bansley. Great response by the Brazilian pair. Bansley can't get there. Agata celebrates. It was her point. The call was no one line, but the Brazilians responded, and then Agata made sure in the back court. Brilliant stuff from this Brazilian pairing. The 31-year-old Agata Bednarczuk, to give her a full name as we go to a timeout at 7-2. At the moment, the Brazilian pairing have Bansley and Pavan thinking very much about their game plan. It's the number 2 seeds in shot at the moment in the green, the Brazilians. And the number 7 seeds, the Canadians. Agata has the experience. Similar heights, Barbara and Agata. Not giving much away to each other. Pavan and Bansley. Huge difference in height, 5'7" to 6'5". We come back with Agata to serve. And the score currently, the Brazilians 7, the Canadians 2. Pavan at the net, couldn't get there. 8-2 the score. Agata gets the congratulations. Barbara falling over as she sets up Agata with the dig, and Agata, no mistake at all. 8-2 the score. Here at the Prague Open 2015, the gold medal match. Out it goes long, and this, at the moment, is proving a walk in the park for the Brazilians. The Canadians just failing to settle. Pavan keeps it in. Bansley with the spike, it's long. 10-2 the score. And even when they're not forced to, the Canadians giving points away at will here. 82 teams from 34 countries entered the FIVB Prague Open. The Czech Republic had 8 of them, Brazil had 4. Well, they're down to 1 in the final. That's better from Bansley. Much more assured that time. Lovely spike, right-handed. Swerve on the ball as well. 10-3 the score, Pavan serves. Oh, off the net on the serve. And at the change of court, Sarah Pavan with a little bit of luck off the net. Made it too difficult for Barbara. Once more, Barbara with the attacking play. Right-handed, in fact went left-handed over the top of Pavan. Set as if she was going to go right and then switched at the last minute. 11 for the score. Out it goes from Barbara on the serve. Gives Bansley the opportunity. Unforced error. Service error, I should say, for Barbara. Pavan there. You heard the sound of the block, it was immense. And the former Conegliano and Villa Cortesa indoor player uses her height brilliantly. Nothing Barbara could do. Just in, just on the line. But Brazil don't just lead, they're 6 points clear at the moment. Agata brutal spiking, just inside the line as you see. She goes to the service line, jump serve straight into the net. After all that effort, what a poor way to relinquish the point and the serve back to the Canadians. Pavan serves, then straight up to the net to put the pressure on. Bansley there, Pavan can't respond quickly enough. 13-7's the score. And it's a mixture of Brazilian brilliance and Canadian errors that have held the Brazilians in the lead. The dig from Pavan. Bansley, the block was there, but it wasn't strong enough. And Barbara, as she heads for the technical timeout. In fact, it was Agata with the block hit. Off the net, off the block, and the point. 13-8 at the technical timeout. It's been an explosive start to this one. The Brazilians leading the way, and they're leading by 5 points. In fact, I thought it hit the block, it didn't. It was only the net from Bansley. That made it even more difficult for Agata with her blocking. The lady from Curitiba unable to make the block. The pairing from Ontario, one from Kitchener, one from London. And a 5-point deficit to make up. 13-8 the score, the Brazilians lead. This is the gold medal match. It's the Prague Open of 2015 on the FIVB Beach Volleyball World Tour. Heather Bansley to serve. Bansley was brilliant. Pavan can only get there and play the ball under the net. Makes it 14-8. Barbara's absolutely thrilled with that. The spike was excellent. It made Bansley move a long way. And Pavan had already done the hard work to get across there, but couldn't get back. Barbara serves. Pavan. Out it goes. Disappointing from the tall Canadian. To the University of Nebraska did Pavan, where she studied biochemistry. Sarah Pavan serves. Barbara with the little dink over the net. Made sure. 16-9 the score. Good pace. Up and out of play of Pavan at the Canadian net. Serve from Barbara. Bansley again utilising the net to batter the way through with the spike past Agata's defences. Yeah, big flip off the net once. She finished in quarter-finals in Milan and Shanghai. We changed court once more. It's 18-10, and the Brazilian pairing. You see the aces and the service errors there. Well, 2 aces to 1 and 2 service errors to 1 each. Sorry, two aces to 1 and 2 service errors to 1 for the Brazilians. Leading the way in both, although you don't really want to be leading the way in service errors. Barbara with the point takes them to 2 points to the first set. These two finished third in the Shanghai Grand Slam in 2014. Out it goes off Agata. Well saved by the Canadian pairing. Pavan flying across, and Bansley with the spike. finish for the Canadian pairing. 5th, 5 times. That means they got to 5 quarterfinals. Set point. Barbara off the block of Pavan, took the touch. Barbara serves, doesn't get it that time. 20 points to 12 the score. Both the semi-finals. First set finished 21-12. Bansley serving to stop that being the case here. Pavan, Bansley over the top, and out to play it goes, and the first set will finish 21-12. The Brazilians have taken it. It's 1 set to love. There's the confirmation. Agata and Barbara 21, Bansley and Pavan 12 points. Here's the highlights from the first set. There's the statistics from the first set. The Brazilians 2 aces, the Canadians 1. Service errors 3 for the Brazilians. That last one coming just before the end of the set. 27 attacks to 26, but look at the efficiency. Attack efficiency again making a big difference. Agata and Barbara only just sneaking over 52%, so not particularly high themselves. But Bansley and Pavan down in the 20s. Not where you want to be with your attack efficiency, especially in such a high quality game as the final. There's the first service error of this set. It goes the way of Heather Bansley, not the way she will have wanted to start the set at all. Barbara with the serve. Bansley spikes, Barbara gets to it, but can only send the ball ricocheting out over the back line and into the advertising hoardings. Great stuff between both pairs, and then Pavan had the opportunity. Barbara and Agata was superb in that point, but in attack, it meant it opened up their defences. Pavan had the opportunity to make it 2-1 to the Canadian pairing. Behind in sets, of course, Brazil have at 1 point. So 1 set to love lead. Barbara getting the point there to make it 2 apiece. On the reverse, just left-handed touch as she showed the right-hand spike. Bansley, big block at the net, doesn't quite go. Agata was doing her utmost, but couldn't get the ball back on the Canadian side of the net. And another service error for the second set for the Canadians and for Heather Bansley. Barbara serves. Bansley the slip. Change courts. Brazilian pairing, of course, of their lives in Rio de Janeiro. It's their 7th match of the tournament. They opened up against Lenka Hatchakova and Sona Novakova of the Czech Republic, who was seeded 31 here in Prague. As we go to 4 points apiece. They went to 3 sets. Barbara Hansel and Stephanie Schweger of Austria in the first knockout round. Canadians 5 points to 4 down. And for Bansley and Pavan, hoping to emulate Jamie Broder and Christina Valjas and their victory in Peugeot. Bansley over the top. Huge block from Pavan. And she gets it as well. That was magnificent stuff. All round the athleticism of the Brazilians. And then Pavan was there to block Agata. And the former Waterloo Tigers player who won at Indoor Nationals in Canada before moving on to the University of Nebraska shows her qualities at the net there. A bit too simple for Barbara on that occasion. This second set really is hotting up. 6-5 the score. Barbara left-handed over the top of Pavan. Bansley, big block that is. Agata creating the brick wall for Heather Bansley. Down it goes on the Canadian side of the net. 7-5, Barbara serves. That time Bansley gets through the defences of Agata. To the right-hand side, as Bansley ran Agata's left, it sliced its way past Barbara as well. 7-6 the score. Oh, well played, Barbara. Very clever, very cunning touch. You can never tell which hand she's going to go with. She comes in as if to spike right-handed and then plays a clever little dink with the left, or does spike right-handed. It makes it very difficult to judge for Sarah Pavan at the net. That time Heather Bansley makes no error though herself. Only 5-7. Difficult to handle at the net as Agata found there, unable to block. And again the Brazilians open up a 2-point margin. Barbara, left-handed, over the top of Pavan. Agata waits. Bansley, no mistake, to the left-hand side of Agata. And this really is neck and neck stuff in the second. Barbara blaming herself. The crowd really getting into it now. It's a brilliant stadium here, the Stavanici Stadium in Prague. Pavan over the top of her. Bansley can't get there. 10-8 the score. Agata almost dancing. Playing it across court. Bansley dived down. And then Agata just finding enough distance from Heather Bansley to make it 10 points to 8. Pavan digs. Bansley just inside the line. 10-9 the score. And the Canadians are showing fight here. They did this against the Finns yesterday in the quarter-final. They heavily lost the first set. 21-13 they lost that first set, but they came back to win 21-13, 15-10 in the third. Of course, the third set in beach volleyball only goes to 15 points, not 21. Barbara with yet another point for this relentless Brazilian pairing. Barbara serves. Bansley past the Brazilian defences once more. Both moving to the right-hand side, but Barbara couldn't get there. Through Agata's defence, off the net once more. The net being very, very helpful indeed. And we're at a technical timeout. Stay with us here at the Prague Open. The FIVB World Tour is serving up a fantastic final hit. Pavan and Bansley have a lot to talk over, but they can take the positives, keeping Agata and Barbara at bay in the second where they couldn't in the first. Which way will this go? Will it go to 3? Agata and Barbara on by forfeit in their second game in Pool B this week. They win the first point back on the sand after the technical timeout. Pavan digs Bansley with the spike. Brilliant block. Agata there once more at the net. Outstanding blocking from the 31-year-old, of course. Coming up next in just 2 days' time, the tour goes to Moscow, the Grand Slam event. Bansley and Pavan keep pace. Then on to Morek in Croatia for a major in early June, followed by another major in Stavanger. All three of those have $400,000 at stake across the tournament. Great prize money this year on the FIVB World Tour. Beach volleyball. And Heather Bansley has absolutely come alive here. The crowd are loving it. Right-handed. Agata couldn't get there. Pavan and Bansley celebrate. 13-12 1 set to love down. Pavan couldn't set the block as she wanted to. 14-12 the score. Agata spiked with her right hand past Pavan. Sometimes even at 6-5 if you don't get the technique right. You can't make the block. Bansley back up to her feet. Poor defence from the Brazilians. Agata it was. Out of position, couldn't get her hands repositioned. 14-13 the score. Oh, when your luck's in, your luck's in. Barbara with the cheekiest of touches over the net. In fact, into the net and just plonking over in the end. The Canadians could only watch. They'd backed right off. Look at this, just a fingertip of that left hand. (15-13). Agata with the serve of Bansley. Suddenly, the Brazilians get a run going. In fact, it was off Pavan. They just didn't call. They both went for the same ball. And that's what it means to this Brazilian pairing. Bansley with the dig. Pavan comes through to spike. Does so successfully. The longest game for the Canadian pair this week has been their quarter-final against the Finns. It took them 45 minutes, the quickest match for them just 32. The Brazilian pair, 58-minute marathon was their longest, but now they're 17-14 up in the final. If they win this set, they've won the Prague Open 2015. Pavan, Bansley, right-handed, easy enough. The court was fairly open from the Brazilians there. The defence made it easy. You see them quite narrow in defence there. And it meant Bansley had space to spike into. Pavan off the net, well responded. Barbara over the top and gets the point. 18 points to 15. Can they serve it out from here? Agata serves. Bansley jumping through and spiking through Agata's defence. 18-16 the score. The Canadians are still pumped. They want that second gold medal of the year for their nation. They want to emulate Broder and Valias. They want to continue this new generation of Canadian success in women's beach volleyball. But they might have come up against their match in the shape of Agata and Barbara. 19-16 the score. Bansley looks forlorn. Not for long though. Heather Bansley doing what she does best. Taking the dig from Pavan and spiking home. Really is a pocket rocket. A lot of power packed into that small stature. Sarah Pavan now will serve. 17-19 down And a set to love down also. And we now have championship point. Match point, championship point. The Brazilian flags are waving once more. They started the day with 3 teams as Agata scores that point with the spike. 3 teams in the semi-finals. They end up with 1 in the gold medal game. It's gold medal point and it's straight into the net from Agata. The pressure was on, the pressure told. So, 2 to save for Bansley. 3 service errors for her. 2 that I remember in this set alone. And there is the match point. The Brazilians have won the Prague Open 2015. It was Agata with the final point to take her team to victory. 2 sets to love, 21-18 in the second, 21-12, 21-18 they finish off. The green of Brazil is victorious. Canada now in 2015 have a gold, a bronze and a silver from today's action from the Prague Open to add to their nation's collection. They'd never won an FIVB medal before this year. Now Canada have 3. They can be proud of Bansley and Pavan's performance this week and even today. They pushed so hard in this second set to stay with Agata and Barbara, but in the end the Brazilian pairing were just too good. The number 2 with Agata and Barbara.
Barbara, a very good match. You took the early lead at 6-0 and never trailed except for at the start of the second set. What was the difference in the match?
We were very focused. I mean, we know it's going to be a tough match because the Canadians, they are doing a great tournament. They are improving each time. So congratulations to them. We know we had to be focused a lot. So, and I think what the difference was my partner, because she did a great job, man. She saved me a lot of time, so I just want to say thank you to her.
We work together. Yes, this is the difference. We work together all the time.
Agatha, you had some big blocks against a big player over there and so forth. Was that a key part of the match, and along with her some tricky plays?
Yes. The last tournament we don't play very well against the Canadian. Was in Barueri in São Paulo. We play against her So for this tournament, we talk too much about these girls. How can I do for find a way to win the girls? So I think we are the congratulations, and our
Team,
all staff is the congratulations also, because we didn't work together.
How's this going to help you going into Moscow?
Pretty excited. I mean, we were very happy. We know that with the jet lag and everything, it was good for us to be here before the Grand Slams, and this tournament was very important for us. So I think we're going to be more motivated, but we know that we have to think game by game, and in Moscow will be a lot of great teams, so we have to be more focused than ever.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Brasil.
Beijo.
Beijo, família, amigos.
Família, equipe, tudo.
Beijo, galera. Beijo, Renan.
Well, the Brazilians have won it. They've won the Prague Open for 2015. There are the statistics. 2 aces to none, Agata and Barbara. Service errors, well, the Canadians ended up making 3, all of them Bansley's. Blocks 2-1. Sarah Pavan, not the threat at the net she had been. And attacking efficiency, well, in the end, look at that from the Canadians. They stormed back to 71% attack efficiency, but it wasn't enough. Brazil win the way, 21-12, 21-18. Take home the gold medal from here in Prague. And Canada have to settle for the silver, their 3rd medal of the year, to add to the 2 that Broder and Valias have won already. In a very successful, Sarah Pavan's only block of the match, very successful start to the year for Canadian beach volleyball.